Okay, we will call this Agenda and Priorities meeting to order for April the 15th. It's 3 p.m. and I will ask Councillor Bates to please read the land acknowledgement.
The town of Innisfail acknowledges that we are meeting on Treaty 7 territory, the ancestral and traditional territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Piikani, and Siksika, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and Stoney Nakoda First Nation. We acknowledge that this territory is home to the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3 within the historical Northwest Métis homeland. We acknowledge the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit who have lived in and cared for these lands for generations. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today and those who have gone before us. We make this acknowledgement as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose territory we reside on.
Okay, thank you. And just before we get going, I just want to acknowledge that it's National Volunteers Week all week. So thank you to everybody in the community that donates so much time into all sorts of things. It's thousands and thousands of hours, and it makes Innisfail a pretty special place to be. So we'll move into 2.1. Are there any additions or deletions? No. Can I please have someone make a motion to adopt the agenda? Councillor Dunham.
Mayor Barclay, I'd like to make the motion.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. And we'll move into 3.1. So I will welcome our delegation, Jerril Gillespie, to come up and do a brief presentation. Welcome, Jerril.
Hey, my name is Jerril. I've lived in Innisfail for about 22 years. I'm here today to request that we have lights put into the dog park, Upper Centennial Off-Leash Dog Park. I sent in a kind of an outline. Yeah, so, but I have I have handouts as well if anybody wants them. And some ideas. So it's kind of self-explanatory on the first, this here. Oh, okay, sure, thank you. I have pictures as well, but I wasn't sure who to send them to, just in case anybody wants to know what I'm talking about. It was my understanding that this was requested about 4 or 5 years ago from other people, but they said nothing came of it, so I'm trying again. This is a project to improve our community's quality of life, the community aspect of it. Extended use, of course, we all know during the winter, the lack of daylight. A lot of people use that. I've been there at 7 in the morning and there's people been there before myself and it's dark at that time. And then after work, we're all rushing to get home after work. If you're not there by 4:30, you're getting there into the dark. And then every once in a while we get a bout of nice weather. So we'd like to be able to use it a little longer. And then there's the safety. Talking with a lot of people about this. Safety was a big concern. There's a lot of people that won't use it in the evenings or mornings because of that. During the summer, it's not a big deal because it is quite a bit later. I know the experiences I've had, and then listening to some other people. One gal even was there one evening and she come around the northeast end, and there was a tent. There was a fella in a tent parked there. So she wasn't happy. She left and never come back in the dark. So things like that. It's a positive impact. So I went to Eckville and checked out theirs. And I went to Rimbey to check out. They don't have a dog park, but I checked out their lights as well. Eckville, the two people that I spoke to at the dog park there said it was a game changer. They felt safer. The light, they felt it cut down on some of the local crime happening in that area. So that was a nice to hear. During the winter, it's pretty treacherous walking on some of the paths and sidewalks, that type of thing. Being into my senior years, I fall and it hurts. It hurts a lot. So lighting would help to use the dog park better. It's safer there, that kind of thing. So what I'm proposing is off-grid solar lighting. It's kind of at the bottom there. So I had talked to Elemental Energy. Is that the one? That's our farm out here, right? Elemental Energy. Talked to them. They don't do this, but they were really helpful in educating me on solar lighting. So and then I went to Cap Solar in Olds. They've done the Olds, Eckville, Rimbey, Sylvan Lake. They've done all those. The long-term benefits of the solar lighting. I have pictures. So Eckville was self-contained. I don't know who to send them, if I send them to anybody or just want to pass my phone around.
You can send them to me.
Okay, what's your email? I just have to figure this out first. Or do you want text?
Maybe what we can do, Jerril, is maybe don't do it during the meeting, but maybe
after?
at
Okay.
the end, we can make arrangements and you
Okay,
can hook
okay.
into administration.
Okay,
Yes,
so Jason Wright at Cap Solar, he lives here in town and he has used the dog park, so he knows exactly what I was talking about. And he was wonderful. He was fabulous. He recommended a few different things for our dog park. So Eckville is self-contained. It consists of the pole, the charging station, which is the box at the bottom with the battery, the solar panel, and lights. They're all manufactured by Clear Blue Technologies out of Toronto, Ontario. That is a more expensive way to go, all the self-contained. Rimbey, on the other hand, has a central charging station with marker lights. There's a lot of reduced costs installing those for the amount of lighting. Cap Solar recommended for our park a central charging station located at the east end of the park consisting of 2 poles, 1 380-watt solar panel. The panels now have sensors on both sides so they can pick up reflections from the snow as well. With either a 6-watt or a 4-watt batteries lasting approximately 5 to 6 years. Aesthetics being out of the way, you don't really see it back at that end of the park, which most of us don't really care about. We just care about the lights. Programmed to come on at sunrise and sunset. I put in this 5 to 6 because I'd like to see 6 marker lights, but he said 4. 4 marker lights, 16-foot poles with 2 small LED lights installed along the perimeter of the park. 1 front, 1 at the entrance kind of idea, each end, and then on the sides. It helped to light up even just around the exterior of the park. Trenching, they use 8-gauge cable. It's low wattage. They have to trench 24 inches. So to save a bit of money, either the town could do it or Cap Solar could do everything. The Alberta One call, you'd have to call, of course. And then dog park is closed for 2 days, approximately 2-3 days. Minimal impact on the users. Could be posted on Innisfail notification, Facebook, a sign at the gate, that kind of stuff. So there's not a lot of disruption there. I think solar is the way to go. It's just overall better than, it's green. It's green and healthy environment, that kind of stuff. So any questions?
Okay. Well, thank you, Jerril. Maybe what I'll do is pass it on to either CEO Becker or Director Kennedy, and maybe, I don't know if there's anything going on with the Trail Master Plan and that kind of thing, and I don't recall this coming forward before, but I'll let you guys, I'll let you update Director Kennedy.
Mayor Barclay. So yeah, we did identify it in our Trail Master Plan update that we provided back in November as our 0 to 3 year priority list for the dog park is not only the lighting, but also the parking that we had done some preliminary look as well. So it is in our 0 to 3 horizon to look at, but we can definitely look at some more pricing and come back to council if you wish on some more information, if you like.
Yeah, and just so you know too, Jerril, we had a resident request that try to get a parking lot up on the
Cemetery, so there's
the
a talk of a
cemetery side,
second
yeah, so
entrance at that
people
end.
don't have to walk up the hill to the park, but
Yeah.
you know, it's just money, right? Like there's
Yeah.
a bit of a list of things that we don't have in the budget right now, so I think it would be a matter of, you know, what is the cost and how does it fit in the budget, because we don't have any contingency in budget. But do you have any comments to add, CEO Becker? And
Not only that it's part of the plan, but if council wants preliminary budgetary costs for consideration, we could certainly gather that. If you don't, please give us that direction. But from what I'm hearing, council may be interested in the preliminary costs for a light scope on what that would look
Yeah,
like.
and we would look after that at the next council meeting, because is that okay with you to,
Yeah.
or do you want direction today, or?
Anything more than I'm stating, is if council's okay with what I'm suggesting, then formally, I guess, or just leave it with us, we can bring it back to you.
Yeah, why don't we leave it with you, and you
Okay.
can bring it back to us, and so we have more of an idea of
Sure.
cost and
Definitely.
approximately, but
Okay.
is that okay?
Okay, yeah. I
Okay.
just think I think lighting is more important than a second entrance. Because then you're gonna have two where you can't see anything
Yeah, no,
going on.
I'm just saying the
you know.
things that are coming forward to us,
Yeah.
right? Like this is one of many things, but we understand the importance of it for
Yeah.
sure, and
Yeah, just
I get it, yeah.
the mayor's comments did priorities as council, we try to help them create the priorities and
Yep.
to budget accordingly, and there's only one pot, right? So that's,
I know there's only so much to go around,
that's
but
right. Yeah.
That's what they say. That's what Director Vickers keeps telling us. We're the kids and she's mom. It's like, no, you can't have that. So,
come on.
does anybody else have any questions? Councillor Harrison?
Thank you, Mayor Barclay, and thanks for coming forward again. The question I have is an operational question. Our streetlights now are LED, and we hear proposed LED lighting for the dog park, 16-foot poles. Correct me if I'm wrong, 16-foot poles?
Yes.
What are our streetlights, like how high, they're higher than 16 feet, and what's the wattage? Or will that come back after, when administration brings the costing and everything back? I'm just concerned about, is there gonna be enough lighting with what you're proposing with
I
the
don't think
4 to
we
6?
don't need to make it daylight. We just need it enough to be able to see. So, like I said, I would like six lights, just because it would make it brighter. Those LED lights are pretty bright. There'd be two, like there's the pole and then the arm that comes out, and then there's two LED lights on it. Those are pretty bright. So, and then lighting up the middle of it, you'd be able to see, I'm thinking in a 3-acre lot, you'd be able to see shadows.
Okay,
But you need, it's dark, like it gets very, very dark.
yeah.
And we've tried the light up collars. There was a few things when I was in talking in town here with Allison, and she brought up a couple different things that we could do, and we've all tried them, and none of them worked.
So if I could, Olds has got a dog park that has this,
I didn't go to the Olds Dog Park. I just went to Cap Solar. They have them along Highway 27 down by UFA. They use them to light up their memorials, their statues, things like that.
oh, okay, so, okay.
And then Rimby uses them, the Rimby Lions Club put in a path, 1,800-foot path, and they have them there as well. And when I was there, the gal at the museum, which is close by the museum, she had nothing but positive things to say. She said they light it up really well, and kids aren't, they put it in so kids could go to school and people walking to work,
Okay.
things like that.
Okay,
So there's been positive feedback from anybody I've talked to, and then people like the town of Eckville and the gal at the museum. She uses it to walk to work and things like that.
okay, well, thank you.
So, and then Jason would be able to, I stopped short of getting him to do us a quote, just because I didn't feel that was in my,
No,
Yeah.
you're right. Like, we
So-
need administration to look
Yeah.
at that for sure. So Councillor
Yeah.
Heistad?
No, I just want to say thanks for giving us all this homework. Like that, you did a really good job. Cap Solar does a great job out of Olds. I've seen those monuments that are lit up.
yeah, that's the word I was trying to think
Yeah,
of, yes.
and it's really good. The only thing that I would say to administration, if we're going to be working on this, there's other areas as well that I've identified in the past that do need extra lighting. So it costs more money, Erica, Director Vickers, but I know that Cap Solar does a really good job out of Olds, and
Oh, they
I
definitely
do
know what
not
they're
work
doing.
for Cap Solar, but it's, yeah, put it out. But no, thanks so much. You did a great job
Thank
for
you.
us. Thank you.
Thanks.
And CO Becker?
Yes, please, thanks, Mayor Barclay. Just to the comments from council members, so what I expect from the Director Kennedy would be bring back those components of the Trails Master Plan and to outline what those priorities are. As per Councillor Heistad, there could be other areas that were identified, and maybe there's other priorities for you to evaluate. So we'll do a light touch to determine if you wish to go deeper into scoping out a project. So we're not going to dedicate tons of time for an actual RFP, but we'll scope it out. Here's approximate cost budget to undertake a lighting project at the dog park, and just to get your feedback and determine if this is a priority that you'd consider.
Yeah, no, sounds good. So thank you, Jerril, for coming. I appreciate it very much. And we will probably see you soon. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No. You make that sound like punishment. And we'll go to 4.1 next with strategic priorities update with CEO Becker.
Again, council recently had approved this update, so it's just there for your information. If there's any questions, this is pretty fresh update on this document, inclusive of the drought planning area section. If there's any questions on any of the priorities, council, I'll leave it to you.
I'm just curious, CEO Becker, messaging for the community on our conservation policy bylaw that we have. Like, I wonder if we, considering, it seems like the snow has gone pretty quickly, and should we be doing some communications out to remind people of the odd even and that kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely, Mayor Barclay. There is a report coming into next week for a likelihood in regard to conservation policy.
Okay.
So it ties in nicely for the immediate
Perfect.
messaging to the community regarding conservation.
Okay, no, sounds great, thank you. So if there's no questions on the priorities, I'll just have somebody make a motion that we accept this report as information. Councillor Messaros?
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I move that we accept this as information.
Thanks. All in favor? Okay, carried. And we will move on to 4.2 with Director Kennedy and the health and safety audit summary.
Yes, thanks, Mayor Barclay. So just thought we'd come back to council in regards to a summary update of the 2023 health and safety audit that was conducted back in November. This served as our second internal audit in the 3-year cycle. The first audit was concluded by, or this was the first audit, sorry, that was concluding the town council as well as the fire department based on new requirements. Even with the addition of these groups, the town achieved an overall score of 92%, which was very well. Out of the 10 elements in the audit, we scored 100% in 4 of them, with no score being less than 93. The addition of the fire department and council into the audit had a minimal impact on the audit score overall, as the audit focuses on documentation and interviews from across the entire organization. Some of the identified strengths were management's commitment to the overall health and safety of employees, visitors, and everyone else on our work sites. The identification of hazards, implementing the appropriate control measures, and ensuring the control measures are being utilized. Establishing and cooperating with the Joint Health and Safety Committee as an important part of the program. Ensuring the investigation of incidents receives priority, and that the root cause of the incident is identified, and that recommendations to prevent and reduce the chance of reoccurrence has been implemented. Some of the suggestions for improvement through the audit is to ensure that employees are aware of their roles and responsibilities, as well as the management's commitment to the health and safety management system. To ensure that all employees are aware that managers participate in department facility inspections as well as department safety meetings. To ensure that all managers and supervisors receive the proper training to ensure they are aware of their health and safety roles and responsibilities. And lastly, to ensure that managers and supervisors are participating in the department inspection and safety meetings. From each audit, we take the suggestions for improvements and make an action plan, add them to our health and safety action plan. This allows us to implement and track our progress to continually improve the health and safety of our workers. So that is all I have as an update.
All right, thank you. Could I please have someone make a motion to accept this report as information? Councillor Dunham?
Mayor Barclay, I move that we accept this as information.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any comments about this? No? All right, then all in favor? All right, thank you, Director Kennedy. And then we'll move into 4.3, which is also your presentation on the town water supply.
Yeah, so you have the presentation in front of you. I wasn't going to go through it, but it was a really good presentation put together by our utilities department, actually, specifically our utilities foreman. We did participate in a tour last week with the town's homeschool program, which we have got some representation here. That was down at the Mount View Regional Water Treatment Plant, where 3 of the operators of the plant actually took 3 groups and toured them through the plant. We then had them come to Water Reservoir 3, did a tour there, and then we went over to the regional sanitary lift station and had a tour of that lift station as well with the group. So we had 26 members, I believe, people, 27 show up that day. Really well attended. I think we had some really great participation and questions and everything. So wanted to open it up to council and see if you were interested in attending. They have asked for 2 more tours. They have that many people that want to come. If council was interested, I could propose some dates for council to attend as well, and we can go from there.
Yeah, that's great, and welcome to council today, and so glad that tour came off as well as it did, and I love your enthusiasm and the feedback from you on that day, so thank you to Director Kennedy and his team for doing that. So I'm assuming council would love to go on a tour, and those dates suit. And I'm wondering if there's even an opportunity to, I don't know, maybe even have community tours, if that's possible. I don't know how big you can get this, but I know I've had, when we went on a tour before, I know I posted pictures, photos, and I had some community members say, oh, I'd love to go on that. So I don't know whether it would be a lot, but I think it's always a great way for people to see the value of those assets, and it's no longer just turning the tap on and the water comes out. There's more to it, and so yeah, I think set some dates up, and that would be fantastic.
Okay, we will do that.
Does anybody have any questions about Director Kennedy's water report? Councillor Messaros?
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. No questions. I just enjoyed reading it. It was written at the right level for my kind of level of understanding. I like the pictures and the examples. So thanks for doing that.
Councillor Bates?
Yeah, no, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw it. I didn't realize it was going on. I think it could be an element down the road when we get to working with our drought to help engage the community when just all working together. Yeah, I'm not sure. We did have a water commission meeting this morning. Depending on how this grew, like if you were starting to think about offering it to the schools and that sort of thing, they might have a constraint of how many tours they could offer at some point, but so that's one consideration. And I don't know how difficult it would be for us down the road. I wouldn't change anything because of the success you had, but a couple of changes that I saw on the slides that might be useful. One was a very minor thing, the reference to where our water reservoir was beside Manville. We should probably call them John's Manville. But the other was, there's probably a slide there where we have an ideal spot to talk about our I&I and not connecting your sump pump to the sewage, which or allowing surface runoff to get into the sewage. To me, that's another, I know there was a diagram where it goes. I can't see it here right now, but no, a little further. It's kind of a picture of a house and where the sewer goes. It's more of a, it's not a picture, it's that one. Yeah. So I don't know, right after that slide or something, you could have, you know, yeah. Anyway, no, I think it's great. Let's move forward.
Okay, you don't need any direction from us. We'll just have somebody make a motion that we accept the report as information. Councillor Wing?
Yes, Mayor Barclay, I'll make that motion. We accept the report for information.
Okay, and all in favor? Okay, carried. And we will go into correspondence and information. Lots of correspondence there. Just have somebody make a motion that we accept the correspondence as information. Councillor Harrison.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I'd so move.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have any questions about anything in the correspondence? No? Okay, all in favor? Okay, carried. And then we will move into roundtable discussion, starting with Councillor Dunham, please.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I will be submitting my 2-week overview on coming Thursday, but just a quick synopsis. I was at the EDA conference last week with Councillor Messaros and Mayor Barclay. Very much enjoyed that, and I did attend the art opening at Camp House and as well the 120th anniversary at Innisfail Library this weekend.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Harrison?
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I attended the emergency management meeting here last week. We discussed around the audit and the tabletop exercises, so that group is starting to form. Also attended the Minister's Senior Service Awards on Friday there, and it was quite a function. It was worked out to about 6 to 7 hours with everybody at Government House, and for the people that had never been to Government House, it was quite a treat. So we were awarded one of 3 communities for age-friendly. We were awarded the award along with Okotoks and the municipality of Wood Buffalo, and there were a number of also individual awards that were awarded. We were hosted by Minister Jason Nixon, and a real treat was we had lunch with the Lieutenant Governor of Alberta. Quite a lady, quite a chat with her after the meeting. So yeah, it was good this week. We've got the chamber lunch tomorrow in Red Deer, community awards Friday evening, and I think that's about it coming up. Thank you.
Okay, great. And congratulations to all the age-friendly people in the committee and Sandy Wacker for heading that. It's great to see Innisfail get that award. Councillor Wing is next.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. So last week I attended the FCSS Advisory Board meeting as Councillor Messaros' alternate. It was very interesting. Thanks for the opportunity. I know they missed you, but I really enjoyed being there. I participated in the Government of Alberta Drought online call, and I know we've received another invitation today for another call that's going to happen this week. It doesn't, they're very much open to the public, so the groups are pretty diverse and pretty different, but if you're able to participate, it's good just to listen to sort of the level of community understanding about what the situation is, I think. I attended the Emergency Advisory Committee as well, and the Innisfail Public Library 120th anniversary celebration. We unveiled a new mascot. She's sitting in the back corner. Thanks for coming. The library has a new mascot, and it's an owl. So yeah, we had lots of fun. It was a great day. This week, I attended the Mountain View Regional Water Service Commission's AGM and monthly board meeting this morning. I am going to be at the Red Deer Chamber lunch tomorrow, Parkland Library Executive Committee meeting on Thursday, and the Community Awards on Friday. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Councillor Bates.
So I also attended the government town hall last week. They had 3 ministers on there, and most of their seemed like most of their comments were related to the budget and the fair amount of funding that they're directing towards all aspects of irrigation and agriculture and flood prevention and drought. Also had the Water Commission meetings this morning, the AGM and the monthly. This week, the Red Deer Chamber event I'll be attending, have an MPC. Just a personal thing, I'll be going to the Boob Tour Cancer charity on Wednesday, isn't it? Tuesday. Anyway, I'll be at it. I also have a Solid Waste Commission meeting this week. That's Wednesday. And on Friday, I won't be at the Citizen Recognition, and regrets for that, but I'll be at the Calgary Epilepsy Gala. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And Councillor Messaros?
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. Yeah, so last week I was at the Economic Developers of Alberta conference with Mayor Barclay and Councillor Dunham. And on Saturday, went to the 120-year anniversary of the library. I was wondering if a name had become clear with all the voting. I know what I voted for. I'm waiting to find out. Perch. Oh, Perch. Oh, good. Okay, awesome. Thanks. You did a great job. Yeah, also then went to the George Kemp House for the art show. That was a great weekend. This week, thank you to Councillor Wing for attending my FCSS committee meeting. The Red Deer Chamber luncheon tomorrow, the community awards on Friday. We've got a chamber meeting, Innisfil Chamber meeting this Thursday. And I'm also going to the boob tour and the friendship dinner this week, so it's a busy one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Heistad?
Thanks, Your Worship. Had an emergency management meeting, swung by the art show, community awards this week, and the chamber event tomorrow. So apologize, it did not make it to the library event. So shame on me. So no, I just want to thank everybody for their hard work this week. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And I'll put my report in next week for activities going forward this week. We have the Red Deer Chamber tomorrow with Pharma, and a CAPE board meeting this week, wastewater commission meeting, and then the awards on Friday night, and a couple of social events and the boob tour and the Rotary Friendship dinner. So looking forward to lots of fun stuff this week. So we will go to upcoming events. I'll just have somebody make a motion that we accept these as information. Councillor Heistad?
I'll make that motion, but I do have a question, Your Worship.
For sure.
Our police committee meeting, Todd, did we ever land on that? Like, that was my question at emergency management. Do we have a date?
Councillor Heistad, I'm not sure. I'll look that up and
Okay.
and I'll respond back to you.
Right. I'll make the motion to accept the upcoming events. Thank you.
Thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. And then we will have a motion to go in camera, please. Councillor Dunham?
Mayor Barclay, I'll motion that we move in camera.
Thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried.